Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Pretty excited about this video. I love solid fuel stoves. I love testing stoves, but there's something about solid fuel stoves that I absolutely love. Now this particular one is from a company called Coghlan. You've seen it all over the place. If you've gone to any of the big box stores, you see it. I think solid fuel is underappreciated overall, and I think today you're going to see why. Stay tuned. Let's check out this product. Now you can spend all kinds of money on gear. If you're going to go backpacking and you want super ultralight gear and you want to pick up a Z-Packs backpack or tent, so be it. If you're making an emergency kit, why are you going to spend $100 on a stove and throw it inside of a bug out bag you hope to never use? You want something that's cost efficient, something that's reasonably priced but effective. And solid fuel stoves tend to fit that bill for me. This company, Coghlan's, they're in big box stores like I said. This is a $9 stove, comes with 24 tablets. Is it any good? Let's check it out. Okay, now look, I'm gonna be honest about two things. First of all, I have not even opened this. I got it in the mail literally today as I'm leaving town. I'm up in Arkansas shooting some videos, came in the mail, and I have tested a lot of these things. So I'm pretty comfortable testing it straight out of the box. Nothing magic, nothing that I have to try out. We're just going to see how it works. I also have to admit that I love these types of stoves. I don't know what it is, but I love testing these kinds of stoves. And we're going to do that today. Now, you've seen this brand, Coghlan's, I guess, Coghlan's, all over the place. They're in a lot of big box stores. We're going to pull it out and I will get rid of the box because we don't need the box anymore. So we'll get rid of that. This is the actual stove itself. A little bigger than a lot of these stoves, which is pretty nice. It's a little bit bigger. Let me open it all the way. Here are our fuel tablets, which, just looking at them, I wish that they came in a Ziploc. They do not. Now they are sealed inside, so they're not going to smell till we open it, but it'll be nice to get a Ziploc. So I'm going to need to find something to keep these in. They're very, very small. The weight of the whole thing, the weight of the stove is 3.6 ounces or 103 grams. The weight of this fuel is 5.6 ounces or 159 grams. It's made out of carbon steel. The fuel is hexamine, which is commonly used in the military, I believe. Price is a whopping $9. This thing, I mean, it almost looks used. It's not, but it's just, these things are cheap. They're not that expensive. Made in China, very, very simple design. It claims that one tablet will burn for 9 minutes. We're putting that to a test. I certainly do not think that one tablet for 9 minutes will bring 2 cups of water to a boil. I don't see that happening. You could, of course, use this stove with any other type of solid fuel. One thing that I don't like is that it's got holes, right? And you're going to put this puck right in the center here. Man, this table is annoying. You're going to put this puck right in the center here, and you could theoretically have things drip down. So be real, real careful about where you burn this thing. You need to anyway, but they should have kept this area closed. But of course, I don't think, as I said, that one tablet is going to bring 2 cups of water to a boil. So we're going to do it with one tablet, and then we'll probably do it with 2. I think 2 will bring it to a boil. We'll see what happens with the one tablet. It does seem pretty well made. Again, we're looking at a $9 stove, so you got to remember that. Let's boil some water. Like I said, we're going to start with one tablet. We're going to see if it boils 2 cups of water, and we're going to see if it burns for 9 minutes. And then if we don't get 2 cups of water to a boil, which we're predicting we won't, we'll do 2. I guess if we don't get it with 2, we'll do 3, but let's see what happens. So just to review, I've got my numbers here. You saw them a second ago. One tablet did burn for right at 9 minutes, which is pretty impressive. They called it. Got the water up to 177 degrees. When I stacked two on top of each other, it got 2 cups of water to a boil in 7 minutes, 6 seconds, and then I had to spaz out with the button and I stopped the timer. But I was able to go back in the footage and kind of figure things out. Those 2 tablets burnt for 10 minutes, so just a little bit longer. I don't know if it's an additive effect, I don't know, whatever it might be, but definitely hotter and just a little bit longer. So there you go. What do y'all think so far? Let's talk pros and cons. We'll start with the pros. This is a readily available stove. You can find it at most Walmarts, Dick's Sporting Goods, Academy. They have a lot of these stoves out there. The stove fuel is very easy to find as well. It also works with any solid fuel. You don't just have to use their tablets. You can use Esbit fuel, Expedition Research. It'll store fuel inside of it. This, as I mentioned, is a little bit bigger. The dimensions are a little bit bigger than your regular smaller Esbit stove, so you can actually fit a little more fuel inside of it. It's cheap, and you can use it with an alcohol stove as well if you can find the right one. For example, the little puck stove from the X-Boil system, which I'll be showing here on the channel soon, is from a company in Germany. It works perfect with this stove. You just need something that's very, very small, very short, and it'll work in this kind of a stove. As far as cons go, it won't hold tons of weight. It holds a lot more weight if it's opened all the way, but when you close it a little bit and you put too much weight, it's going to collapse on itself, and that is a problem. It also is affected by the wind when it's wide open. If you keep it closed, it's decent, but you do have to be careful with any solid fuel. Now, I will say that this particular solid fuel, because it's small and round instead of the square, it really shoots the flames straight up. You could see, and I'll show you guys now another shot of the single tablet and the double tablet. It really creates like a strong upward flame, which is pretty impressive. So I think that's probably because it's round instead of a rectangle. Either way, very impressive with this stove and with this fuel. So here's the thing. This thing is clearly marketed for emergencies. I mean, if you want to use it on trail, you can. I would not probably. Doesn't mean you can't. It's just not what I would use. There's other solid fuels that I would prefer to use just because I want something where one tablet is going to boil 2 cups of water and one tablet of this is not going to do so. Now, one tablet will boil a cup of water, I'm sure, just easily, or maybe even a cup and a half of water, but not 2 cups of water. If you're putting together an emergency kit, this, to me, is a perfect stove. It holds a lot of fuel, 24 tablets. If you need to boil 2 cups of water, that's 12 times. You could easily do that. That's quite a bit if you're making like Mountain House meals or dehydrated meals for you and your family. Works pretty well. It also can be used with an alcohol stove, which is nice, just work as a pot stand. So I think that for the cost, $9, perfect emergency stove. Perfect stove for a bug out bag. Perfect stove for an emergency kit in your car. That's what we're looking at here. What do you guys think? What's your ultimate emergency stove? What's your ultimate emergency stove fuel type? Leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. As I said earlier, I think solid fuel is underappreciated, and this particular stove I think works amazingly well for the cost. $9, guys. I think you could probably find it cheaper at a lot of Walmarts. Just keep looking. If you find one for $5, $6, $7, buy 2 of them, buy 3 of them. Put them at home and just keep them for a rainy day. Do me a favor, guys. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up down below. If you're not subscribed, and I know a lot of you are not because I have the analytics, it would help so much if you would hit the subscription button. I'm trying to get to that 100,000 subscriber mark one of these days, and you really can help me do that. I don't ask for a lot of things on this channel. I don't have Patreon. I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for money. I just ask for your views, and I ask for your subscription. I have an entire playlist on stoves, not just solid fuel stoves, but gas stoves, wood stoves, alcohol stoves, white gas stoves, all that stuff. Over 200 videos on different stoves on the channel. Make sure you check out that playlist. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.